Hi, this is Jackie from the Builderall team. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to configure a department. First, you need to make sure that you have the right company here at the top that you want to work with by just looking underneath this home button. If it's not the correct company, just click on Change Company. You will then need to go to the left-hand side, go to these 4 little blocks here, then click on that so that we can see the department dashboard. Right here, we're going to click on List Departments. Now, as you can see, we have 2 departments here. If you want to edit a department, you just need to click on the pencil. You can also disable the department by moving the slider to gray, or you can delete it. So I'm just going to click the General Support and click Delete so that you can see what it looks like. And I'm going to click OK. Now we are going to edit the sales department by clicking on this pencil. So let's click on it. And you can see that it shows sales and it shows description of the details that you want to change if you want to. If not, we can go back and we are going to click on the configuration. So on the configuration, we've got multiple tabs right here. So let's start with the general area. Now for the language purposes, if you're going to have all, it means it's going to be for all languages. But in this case, I'm going to click the drop down and I'm just going to choose English. Then I'm going to scroll down and you would be able to choose the time zone that you are operating in, as well as the module. Now the module is whether this department will have chat or ticket or both of them. So you can choose which one is enabled for this specific department. So I'm just going to click on all and then I'm going to go to Manage Assistance. Now it's important to remember that you will not be able to add attendance to your department if you have not yet created the attendance. And that can be done by this little icon here on the left. So I'm going to pause the video for a moment. I'm going to go create an attendant so that you can see what the screen look like. And then in another video, I will show you how to set up that attendant. So right here, I've added an attendant and you can see the person sitting here. There could be lots of attendants, and then the only way to add it to your specific department is by clicking on the plus sign. And you can also remove them from that specific department by clicking on the minus, and it's going to put them back under all attendants. So it doesn't matter how many attendants you have, you can add multiple attendants to this specific department. So now we've done that, we're going to go over to shortcut text. Shortcut text is more for your attendants, that is going to help your clients. And you would be able to create your own command right here at the top by creating the command and click on add. Or you can use the custom ones and just edit them. So if I click on that edit button, you will see that the command is sitting there, the status that you can choose, as well as the description area. So I'm just going to go back to Manage Assistance and then Shortcut. So you can see we've got all these different ones that you can go play around with. If there's something that you don't like, you can just click on the trash can. So let's go to limitations. Here we have quite a lot of different things that you can do. It's all about chat waiting time, chat by attendant, ticket by attendant, inactivity messages, and time ticket to becomes late. So you can increase and decrease the minute time for each of every one of these depending on what type of department you have, and you can increase and decrease. You can see I've got one here that says inactivity message after how many messages or minutes, and it shows 30. So you can set this up according to your sales department. And then we're going to click on evaluation. Under the evaluation tab is where your customers can evaluate the attendant that helped them. And that is with regards to the service, the comment rating. So if you click on these little check marks, it will give you a little bit more information with regards to that. And you can choose to enable or disable that for your site. If I go to chat, the chat area right here, now you have to think about it. Chat is when it happens live. Ticket is something that somebody processes and then the attendant will attend to it later. So this is the live chat that's happening. Now it says show queue. This is a very nice function, especially if you've got lots and lots of people that comes into your chat section. It will tell them how many or how far they are inside of your queue. And then the open chat is checked. The customer can open a chat in that specific department. And then you can edit your opening message. You can also do your closing message. And this is where you are going to add additional questions if you want to ask them prior to the chat happening. So if we do that, and I click on register question, this is now a sales department. We already collected the email address from them when they registered. Maybe you want to collect a cell phone number, for an example, because sometimes the chat could bomb out, or they've got a disabled internet connection, or whatever the case might be. So this could be a question to the customer. We can say something like, please give us your telephone, or rather say contact number, just in case the chat closes, so we can get back to you. Something like that. And then select the answer type is only text at the moment. And is it mandatory? Do you want them or force them to give the information or not? So in this case, I am not going to do that. I'm just going to say okay. And then you can see that your question has been registered and that is active. You can deactivate it. If it was mandatory, it would have had a tick mark next to it. So let's scroll a little bit further. You can add multiple questions. I'm just going to leave one for training purposes. Right here is your opening hours of your chat. Depending on the type of business that you are running, you can choose which ones needs to be enabled. So in this case, I'm going to say that this specific one for Sundays, what times do you want that to happen? So I can say on Sundays, maybe just from 5 o'clock or 2 o'clock, or whatever the case might be. You can choose which is your opening hours. And you've got all of these different ones. At the moment, you cannot disable the timing, but I'm sure it's something that will come in future. So once you've done that, you're going to click to ticket area. And now you can choose whether you want an email to be sent to the customer during the time of the ticket. So we can enable or disable, because you can see sometimes people would like to have it emailed to them, the whole chat that has happened. And that is again your opening message of the ticket, your closing message of the ticket. And again, you can register a question. So for an example again, because this is a ticket, you can ask there, have you already opened another ticket? Something like that. And you can say, okay. And maybe you can ask another question there, whatever the case might be. I'm just going to leave it at 1 for now. So you can see we filled in all of this information. All we need to do now is go and click on save. Let me just enable the send email, and we're going to click save. And now you can see it's all been set up. It's told saved email. So that is basically how you will configure your department. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in another.